ever since being accepted into Infold's content creator program, the one thing that I wanted to do was to spend time with other content creators that are making Infinity Nikki content, and this video is just that. I will warn you up front that this video is just gonna be some happy fluff. It's not gonna be hard-hitting, it's not gonna be dramatic, because that's the only thing that I wanted this to be. So what we're gonna be doing here today is we're gonna be asking questions from each other to kind of have a conversation going. The outline of the brief was essentially that each person should ask other people about 2 questions. So we're mostly gonna be focusing these on Infinity Nikki in general, but some of these are gonna be targeted towards 1.9 update as well. And while we're doing that, because staring at a black screen would be very, very, very boring, we're gonna be creating outfits for the new 1.9 house update. So house update came with a star collecting outfit, a animal inviting outfit, a planting outfit, a construction outfit, and a fish keeping outfit. We have divided the outfits between one another, and Mirta has very, very bad memory, but she does keep lists. So, Nyxies will be doing animal inviting, Fable will be doing star collecting, Xeny will be doing the architect, Eevee will be doing fish keeping, and I will be doing planting. At the end of the video, we're just gonna showcase what we did and talk about a bit of a inspiration as to what made us do the kind of things that we did and like what we're trying to achieve with what we were doing. So like, as you can see, I can press customize outfit and then I can go to this menu and I can like remake this outfit. So that's what we're gonna be doing while talking. So if this is entirely not your cup of tea, I understand. I will have more serious videos later on, just not this week. This week is gonna be kinda a very relaxing one because I'm doing this video and then on Friday, as kind of a buffer video, I'm gonna show you what I've done with my house. So it's kinda end of 1.9 update now. I'm effectively just enjoying and having fun with the game a little bit. If you don't mind sticking around, then just grab a cup of tea and enjoy, because it's gonna be a very, very chill video. If you want to follow all of these creators, you're gonna find their links in the description down below. I would say that pure YouTubers are a very rare breed, so people are split between the kind of platforms that they do. I'm the one that's on YouTube, but like some people are on Twitch, some people do TikTok, and you know, that sort of thing. So if you follow people on those platforms, then maybe click into those links, see if that's your cup of tea, and if it is, you now have more Infinity Nikki creators to follow, and well, if it isn't, then you're not obliged to do that. So then, I'm now just gonna jump straight into the video. Thank you for listening to the introduction, and watch me be very bad at trying to design a planting outfit.
Hi, hello, I'm Eevee. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a cozy, chaotic variety streamer on Twitch. I'm very queer, very neurospicy, and we talk about mental health quite a lot because I am currently practicing as a student therapist. So yeah.
Ooh, that's a good intro.
Thank you.
The long's
Thank
gonna be good.
It has taken me a long time to get it down to that.
I go by Nyxies or Nyx Online. I'm a cozy gamer mostly. I like RPG games. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And I also go by she, her. I just kind of do my own thing. That's all.
Oh no, it's my turn. I'm Mirta. I mostly do stuff on YouTube. I have had this YouTube channel for 15 years now. Woo, yay me.
Oh wow.
I
Wow.
normally do mostly gaming. I say mostly because I definitely had a very long witchcraft phase, so don't dig through my channel too deeply if you're against alternative spiritualities. I go by she, her. At the moment, I do mostly Infinity Nikki content. I am planning to do RuneScape on Fridays. Previously, there was Vampire the Masquerade slot there. So there we go. That's what you need to know about me.
Hi, my name is Fable. I am a VTuber and artist. I am a comfort streamer on Twitch mostly. I'm recently branching out to short form content, so you'll find me on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. And my content, you will mostly find art, Infinity Nikki, and other cozy games.
And hello everyone, I am Xeny. And I would rather say I'm rather a new creator because I just started short form content on TikTok. And I don't think there is much more to say about me. I think that is it for me.
Oh, you could always be creative with it. Like, I like cats.
I do like a lot. I do like cats a lot, in fact.
Well, in the meantime, I managed to undress my Nikki, and now I'm clicking through the options and I'm going, no, that's not for a planting outfit. That would be weird.
That's so fair.
Dress her in a big poofy dress for planting.
I bought that rave outfit off the store, and I have this thought to just shove it into majority of the outfits that I make that are just for doing stuff, like planting, because the boots go very nicely with it, and so does the coat, but the issue is that it is a rave outfit, so I end up being super drawn to anything super shiny, and then I'm like, that's not what you would wear to plant things in the field, me. That's what you would wear to a concert.
Hey,
You
Ever
can have
since-
whatever you want.
ever since the cat ears and the tail came out last update, I've been adding that on literally all of my outfits. So,
Same.
okay, so my first question is, if you could have any creature from Mirrorland IRL, which would it be and why?
Okay. So I was looking up my favorite animal not too long ago because I'm really bad with names.
Fair.
I would take, if I could have one animal, it would be the shirt cat because it's
Oh, those are very
chunky
cute.
and fluffy, and I just love cats. I have
Ooh.
4.
Nice.
I have
I'm
5.
jealous.
I've got you
I just
beat.
want to say that.
Oh, you
I'm
have 5?
jealous again.
I think I'm gonna take the shiny horn cow. Because shiny horn cow. I don't know where I would put a whole ass bulkhead. I definitely can't fit him in my apartment. But I'm not gonna lie, having a shiny horn cow in front of my apartment in the middle of the city would be kinda cool.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure.
For me, I have to go with the animal that I have absolutely fallen in love with, the Dawn Fox. Is it practical? Not at all. Not at all. But I love seeing the Dawn Fox every time I go to collect that mat and spending time with the Dawn Fox. So that's definitely my answer.
I second that actually. I would pick the Dawn Hawk in a moment. Like it's the only animal that I
Mhm.
always interact with after I'm done collecting the fluff from it. It's just so adorable, it's so cute, and I wish I just could have that in real life.
I like the
Yeah.
idea that at least 3 of us adopted animals that can't fit in our apartments.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, my answer would also be the Dawn Fox. I can't not pick
I
the
also
Dawn
like
Fox.
the Dawn Fox. I was thinking about that. Then I thought I should do something else. So my question was, what's your favorite place so far in Mirrorland?
can I just say my home, or is that not in Mirrorland?
No, that's valid.
Yeah.
I think it
Just kind
also-
of like more of like your favorite place in the game.
I would. It's weird because at first I wasn't like super into the whole housing island, but by this point I've invested so much effort into it, and I have quite a lot of music tracks that I absolutely do just like chill in here. So I'm like, yeah, I live here now. It is mine. It is what I like.
That's a good answer. I feel like the place that you
Definitely.
can craft and make your own is the best answer for that question. Actually, I have two answers. Prior to this update, I would have said the Swan Gazebo. It's so beautiful. It's the place that I went back to over and over again when I first started playing. Absolutely fell in love with it. But then this update dropped, and the stage in the Sea of Stars, almost 100% of the time when I log out, I'm logging out over there by that stage area with all the dancing machines and the disco lights and the big wings. I adore what they did with that area.
My favorite place currently, I think it's still the same. It has to be the Queen's Hall in Ruins. I just
Oh,
love that feeling, the gothic feeling of it, the dark feeling of it. Like whenever I need to do like a photo shoot for my Nikki and like dress her in like in all gothic clothes, like that's the first place I would go to. And the music is also just very nice in that area. I wish they left it the same way it was during the Timeless Melody banner time. Like it was just perfect. But I get it. Updates come and go. So I think that's my favorite region or like place so far.
Well, I had a favorite place, but it was linked to a specific event, so it doesn't exist anymore. But during the oh, which one was it? I thought I wrote it down. The I think it was from the Revelry season, or maybe the one after that. I don't remember. But it was where there was like the big stage kind of in the water and all the little fairy guys were dancing
Oh yes, I think
there.
I
Revelry
remember
season.
that.
And all the
Yeah.
lights were going crazy and there was banging music. That was my favorite spot. Except it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, the beach still
Yeah.
exists, just not the
Yes.
platforms.
Yeah.
So then, what got you all into Infinity Nikki?
Yeah, I kind of a weird tangent. I played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, and one of my raid members, because I did hardcore raiding, she was talking all about this new game that was going to come out and about how it was like a fashion game, and she would not stop talking about it, and she kept being like, you got to play with me, you got to sign up for the beta over and over and over again. And I was like, all right, I will play this game with you. And so I signed up for the beta, and the night that it dropped, the whole static was like fully invested. I streamed it the night that it dropped. And we all watched it, guys included, like all the gamers. They were like watching me play this game because she had hyped it up for months and months in advance. And I streamed it, and I was so obsessed. After that, the first stream, I think it was like a 9-hour stream. I was so obsessed with the game. And then after that, I don't think I have ever not logged on a day after.
Do they still play, by the way, the person that got you into it?
The person.
So they're a higher level than me, but I have not seen them log on in over a month. So I don't.
Oh wow.
I don't think so.
I love it when your friends get super excited about something and then disappear, and then you're just left there
Yeah, they
alone,
just drop
like,
it.
okay.
Well, the nice thing about it is through Infinity Nikki, I have made so many more friends that I have connected with and made so many friendships, and we have so many like interests that navigating through the community of Infinity Nikki has actually been incredibly warm and welcoming for me. So even though she doesn't play so much after all this time, I still have people that I can connect with because of the game, and I'm really thankful for that.
So for me, how I got into Infinity Nikki, I've always been seeing like ads for it on TikTok. Like even before it released, like they kept marketing the game and like saying, "Oh, it's the first game that's going to be geared towards women fully," and yada yada. Like I kept seeing that, but some way somehow it just never called me in. So I knew the game released, but I did not start the game all the way until version 1.2. And they all happened by surprise, actually. One of my friends was playing the game since launch, and she kept raving about it on her Instagram stories. So I answered to her story. I was like, "Is it really worth the hype?" And she was like, "Yes, it is. Just try it out." And I downloaded it the same night I started playing, and I never spent one day away from this game. It is just so addicting. I think that's
Yeah.
how I
It
got
is.
into Infinity.
It gets you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely. For me, I've actually been well, okay, so I'm kind of old. I've been obsessed with the Nikki franchise for like over 10 years now at this point. I started playing their games back in middle school on my phone. And they were kind of like my guilty pleasure game because I'm not like the biggest girly girl in the world. So it was just my favorite thing to just vibe, make cute outfits, do cute things. And then, so of course, when I found out Infinity Nikki was coming out, I'm like, I am getting that as soon as it drops, and it's going to be my favorite game of the world. And it is. So, yeah.
My question would be, how old exactly is old?
Oh, well, okay, I feel old. It's technically not that old. I'm 28.
Hey, I'm older! Woo!
Well,
I'm over here like, oh man, I'm ancient, guys. I have roamed the earth since the dinosaurs. It's funny you say that because I realized months after I was playing this game that I did actually the first gacha game I ever bought currency in game was Love Nikki, and
oh my
I forgot
god.
all about it because I stopped logging in after a while because I like didn't understand it, and I went in,
Mhm.
I went into Love Nikki, downloaded it, spent $50, never looked at it again. And then
My
when I
god,
started playing
classic.
Infinity Nikki, I was thinking to myself, I was like, this game feels real, like that everything feels so. Why is this familiar? And then I went back way into the past, and I was like, oh, there it is, my very first purchase with Love Nikki. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I love that.
Well, my how I got into this game is not as spectacular as anyone else's. I just seen it online. I signed up for the closed beta, and I got accepted into the closed beta, and then that's where I've been. It's been playing ever
Nice.
since.
Nice.
Well, the fact that you got into the closed beta is still pretty spectacular. I've met
Yeah,
a lot of
Yeah,
new
it
absolutely.
players,
is.
and
Mm.
and whenever a new player, they're like, "You've been playing since launch," like their eyes bug out, and I'm like, "Okay, it's not been a year. Let's calm down."
Like, for me, I just have such a weird story with it because at one point my husband pointed out at it when it was still an incoming game, and he was like, "Oh, this looks like something that you would like to play." And then I like compartmentalized that in my head, and I was like, I don't have time for another gacha. And then during New Year's, my place got flooded, and we had no
Oh no.
electricity for like over a day. And after that, I was like, I need a game that's just gonna kick me out of this like trauma response mode. I need something like
Hmm.
nice and cozy to
Mm.
relax to. And then I played Infinity Nikki for like 2 weeks straight. And the most that I stopped logging in on it for was probably 1.5 because it was a bit of a disaster patch. Otherwise, I
Mm.
pretty much probably have a daily play record.
Hey, nice.
Let's go.
Mhm.
I feel like over time, the Infinity Nikki story has changed a lot, especially for all of us who have been playing since launch. What are your current feelings on the way that Infinity Nikki does their storytelling?
So, storytelling wise, I would say I have two distinct opinions. So the first one was, if I'm just gonna talk about the patch storytelling and the main story, like the main quest storytelling. If I'm gonna talk about just like the quote unquote mini patches that we get every month, I feel like the storytelling has been really good on some and has been mid for some, but it could be just personal preference because I'm not really into the very cutesy theme. Like if I was going to talk about version 1.6, I think the version with enchanted something, the EE version, that one I absolutely did not like. It was very boring for me personally. And I felt like that story was just the most lackluster out of all. But if I was to look at other versions, I think since version 1.7, storytelling has been really good. Like the story with Sif, and then version 1.8, the story with the whole like Loong and all the Inu, and all of that was amazing. Even this current story, I found really compelling and like really, it kept me in. Like I found myself, oh, I'm focusing. I'm not just button mashing through the story. But if I was going to talk about the main story wise, like the main quest, that has been very poor. And especially if we are going to talk about the whole retcon that happened to the introduction of how we even got into Mirrorland. That
Don't get me started
still
on
does
that.
not, yeah, that like that still does not make any sense to me.
I
How,
feel like we all
why,
feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Definitely.
and like because especially because I joined the game in version 1.2, so like I did witness the original introduction, which made complete sense. But now it makes no sense because I have two accounts that I play on, and it's just something that has not been fixed either. Even though they owned up to their mistake and they were like, yes, we didn't mean for it to happen like that, but still, like guys, come on. And the fact that it's taking one whole year to update the main quest is, I don't know. I don't play any gacha games except for Infinity Nikki, so I don't know how they do their main quest storytelling. But if this is the norm, it's a bit too much. I just hope they won't dish out too little content in version 2.0 and just be like, okay, there's your main quest and disappear for a whole year, because I don't think that's going to sit well with the community. And I
It's funny
think
you
that's
bring up.
how. I think that's what I think so far of the storytelling of the game.
Yeah, and then there's me. Of course, I don't like how they retcon the beginning. It's just annoying, but it's whatever. I also don't really pay attention to the story at all. I got really bad ADHD, and I simply cannot sit through all of the dialogue. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure they've worked so hard on the story. I'm not like saying the story is bad or anything. I literally have no opinion on it because I know nothing of it. Um, yeah, that's my take.
For me, I really liked their main story that they did. I really enjoyed it. I don't like the stories like per patches. Like I don't like how there's like always something new. In a way, I like when there's like, what's the word? Like when it
Connected story?
continues. Yes, I like when it like all connects. But the last couple patches, the story has been like written well. I did enjoy the last like 3 patches, I think. But I wish there was like more continuation between the stories.
Definitely.
Can I ask what your favorite part of the main story was?
This might sound really bad, but I really liked the part where like the Feywish sprites had like the human hostages. Just because
That's great. Oh my god.
I love that for you.
because it was just so wild and out there, I just thought it was like you would never expect it. So I just thought it was
That is
really
true.
good that way.
That
My
is
favorite
true.
bit is how Nikki at that point goes, I've got inspiration for a Wishful Orisa outfit, and it's like literally
No,
a jail
yes.
cell on your shoe.
That's great.
I do actually, now that you mentioned, I do remember that part because I remember I played it on stream and that was one of the parts that we really paid attention to. And my chat was like, why are they so chill about the fact that they've been in those cages for like 10 years or something? I couldn't remember the time frame.
It's like 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Wild.
they spent 15 years there and some of them have died, but they're like, yep, this is just life. We fill in these cages now.
This is our life now.
For me, I think the main story, like, it was okay, but then we had patch stories, which until like maybe 1.4, I also thought that they were okay. 1.4 was incredibly empty. I loved Long Momo. I have quite a few pictures with him. Then
Not long, Momo.
Not long.
outside of like
right.
that one firefighter sprite that was having PTSD inside
Oh my
the
God.
freaking thing, there wasn't
Yes.
much to 1.4. Then 1.5 happened, and honestly, we're stuck in such a weird place where it doesn't quite make sense. Like, I like where they took 1.5 when it comes to 1.8 Dunking Island, because now one of the Nyxies, it's like, was it a Nikki or was it a cat that managed to connect with a Nikki? And technically, the Nikki is the god of that world. Like, that was so mind-bending that I liked where they took that, but I'm so weirded out by the fact that our tutorial doesn't connect to our main story now, and I don't actually know where they're
Yes.
taking the multiverse to. Like, it doesn't... It linearly, the story doesn't play well anymore. And in 1.5, I did make a new character, so I have an alt account, which I do stream on now from time to time on YouTube and just do story on it. And I think I named my alt account This Is Stupid because I was playing through the new tutorial. And I was like,
Oh
this
my God.
doesn't make any sense with as a tutorial. So I'm like so conflicted. Because on one hand, it is a gripping premise of the whole multiverse thing, the whole Nikki being a god thing, like it's so incredibly wild. But on the other hand, it doesn't flow well with what we had before, and I'm afraid that they're not gonna take this to its full conclusion or not do something very interesting with it. When it comes to 1.6, I think that the story was complete crap in that one. Because, like,
Yeah,
we just
same.
had, like, Fairy Nikki, like, save some storybook shit or whatever, and then,
Yeah.
like, Nikki is referred to as a little girl by, like, 30-year-old men half the time. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh my
1.7
God.
was really great. 1.8, I loved it. 1.9, I controversially don't quite like the story all that much because I feel like I've beaten up a mentally ill old man. So, like,
Oh my God.
bad. Because I'm like, why are we dragging the family or the person from the family where, like, the woman died in the fire? Why are we dragging him with us? Because, of course, he's gonna have a very bad reaction to this mentally ill man. Why are we shouting at this mentally ill man? And then mentally ill man explodes into emotions and needs to be purified. And I'm like, great, now we're beating up a mentally ill man. And later
Oh,
on,
God.
considering that we have a tiny puppet of him, I'm pretty sure he just went and killed himself somewhere off camera. So I was just like,
Oh God.
this story, not my favorite, not gonna lie. I am very much wondering where they're gonna take 2.0, I unfortunately don't have very great hopes, because I think that if they took it to the Kingdom of Light where we have like refugees from, that would be so incredibly interesting. But from what we have heard developers give hints about, I think that we're just gonna go to a magical forest and muck about with like flying blue people again, which is gonna be all whimsical and magical, but I don't think that it's gonna paint into, on one hand, the multiverse story that we have running, and I also don't think that it's the most interesting parts of where you can take Mirrorland, so I suppose we're gonna see. So for me, the story is like up and down, kind of depending on the patch cycle.
As I've mentioned before, I kind of came over from the Final Fantasy XIV community. So because of that, my viewership across the board, doesn't matter where I am, is 90% male. And that being said, 100% of my interaction with the Infinity Nikki story, I save it for stream. I usually let it play and then I'm talking about something else over the story. But the community that I have, they are very educated now on the Infinity Nikki story, much more than I am. And they would tell me over and over again, they would be like, they've got to get better writing. They've got to get better writing. They're like, this could be so cool if they just had like a little bit better writing. Of course, these are story snobs. Like they play tons of RPGs. So gotchas have I think, in my opinion, a little bit different way of telling stories to make you more interested in certain elements. I think that's just how games are written for gotchas. So as I was playing the Infinity Nikki story, I kept telling my chat, I'm like, it's a sweet story. Like, it's not high intense. Chill out. We're enjoying it. But then, as you pay attention to the story, and I'm talking more the main story, there were some really dark themes. And
Yeah, I agree.
I was investigating more and more, and I was like, guys, if we actually would take a second and pay attention, there's a lot of like really dark thing, even in the main story, woven into their narratives. And then it's been a fascinating evolution because my community has gone from essentially not ridiculing, but kind of riffing on the Infinity Nikki story to now being fascinated by the way that the writing has changed, and it does feel more dynamic. It does feel more attention grabbing. I think for us it was the I don't know the season names, but the season with the serpent and the tears.
1.7.
That one, yeah,
That was
1.7, that
amazing.
really grabbed my chat, and that's when they were like, holy cow, they have really been working on the story. So when we did this recent story patch, and you're right, it did get weird. I will not like take away from that. I also thought it did get weird, but my chat was like much more invested than they ever have been before, and to the point where they're kind of looking forward to me streaming Infinity Nikki's story, so that we can talk about some of the themes and elements, even if they are a little bit darker. The conversation that we have had a lot in my chat is, I think that Infinity Nikki isn't quite aimed towards a younger, and I mean child audience. I think that Infinity Nikki realizes
Definitely.
that their market is between 25 to 35, if not bigger or smaller than that, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I think that their writers have pivoted in the patches to appeal to that older audience who is actually spending tons of money on the game. And
Mm.
when it comes to 2.0, and this is all opinion, none of this is facts, I believe that it's going to be awkward. I believe it's going to be awkward because they're going to incorporate those same ideas of trying to appeal to an older audience, but it's going to carry some of the baggage of that really weird retcon.
Yeah.
Also, we might get Orin, and I love him.
I
I
mean,
hope we do. I want him back. I have not taken
I
your
want him
pictures with
back.
him. Same. If I knew we would have 10 minutes of screen time with him, I would have just quickly put on my bright outfit and taken good pictures with him. But I had to do it on my alt account, which has absolutely no poses, so I cannot get up and personal. Like, come on, give me back my man. Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
I feel you.
I have
I
another
went back.
Fable.
video about
um,
this, but I'm actually wondering how much time we're gonna get with any kind of human NPCs, as I have a feeling that there's audience mismatch. Because if you look at Chinese comments, a lot of Chinese comments will actually say that they don't want other human NPCs around Nikki, because first of all, they
Oh.
see Nikki as their child, so they're like, get away from my daughter.
That is
But
true. That is
That's
actually
interesting.
true.
But secondly, they also don't want anyone to outshine her in the story, so they're very angry at fireworks season because Marquez got a significant role and Marquez got a sword.
Right about that. But what about the other, the man.com? What is his name?
Giovanni?
TheMan.com. What?
Giovanni?
Like when you think about the men in Infinity Nikki, there's like 3 that you probably think of, right?
Oren,
He's one of them.
Giovanni, and then there's a dude with a cool outfit in Stoneville, and I forget his name.
The men.com. Don't look that
Stoneville?
up.
Oh!
Don't look that up. Oh my god.
We're just casually googling men.com over here.
That's so funny.
I won't be liable for that.
I tried to sniff him. That was my picture.
Ooh. What? New ability
That's
outfit?
great.
There was like one post that makes my Nikki lean in, and I took a picture, and I'm like, it just looks like she's trying to smell Oren.
Sniff.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Honestly understandable. So, out of all the versions that you have played so far, which one of the opening themes that we usually have on Startup was your favorite?
Okay, I researched this one because I had one very specific one that I was obsessed with. It was the one from Revelry season, which was 1.4, 1.5, 4. Okay. Yeah, because the music was amazing, the animation was so cute, and it also gave us the Mad Hatter-esque kind of outfit that did the grooming upgrade. So you can add little hats or bow ties to the animals when you groom them, and it's so freaking cute, and I'm obsessed with that outfit. So, yeah.
I felt that.
I don't really know the openings very well. But I really like this one for this update. I really like the,
Oh, yes, definitely. It's really
like the
nice.
little tune.
Mm.
And then I like how Momo acts on the screen, how he's like dancing and stuff.
Oh,
The
that
little
is cute.
ballerina. Yeah, it's very cute.
For my own favorite theme, I would still say 1.3, I think. The whole piano lady, Momo acting scared,
yeah.
being chased by little
Oh,
hands.
yes. That one was fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's actually my answer too. That's spooky season, right?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved that. I loved the This is not about the music, but the doll design in that season.
Oh, yes.
floored
Oh,
me. It was
yes.
over for me.
Levy.
Mm-hmm. And I think I resonated most with that. I'm not really a goth, but I did really resonate with that season. So I agree that piano track was hauntingly beautiful.
I think I might be a bit biased here, but my favorite opening is still version 1.2. I think that opening just brings a lot of good memories of when I just started playing the game. And it's so melodic, it's so nice, and I just, until now, that one is still like unmatched to me. The fireworks season opening.
Okay, second round of questions, go.
Oh! Shit. Hold on.
Shit.
I wasn't ready. Okay, if you could have any clothing item from the game in real life, which would it be and why?
There is always like one pair of shoes that I always like gravitate towards too and use for like every outfit. So I'd probably take those. Let me find them. They're like the little like combat boots type thing. I think we got it with like that 3-star purple outfit. They're called Moment of Inspiration from the Dream
Oh.
Chaser outfit. They're kind of like a
Cute.
like a chunky boot, and I just really really like them. And they go with everything. So I'd probably take those.
Kind of tears dress, but I don't know how well it would wash in a washing machine. My guess is not well at all. But
Very fair.
here's the thing. I looked at most of the clothes in here. They either have flimsy little flower detail, sparkles, feathers, or gems, and all of this, I guarantee you, does not wash very well inside the washing machine. So let's
You have
just
to
hope
try.
that Tide of Tears dress is made with quality so that all of that doesn't just come off when you throw it in to wash, because
Yes.
otherwise I'd feel very sorry for Nikki and her upkeep of all of these magical clothing that she has.
Mhm.
Oh goodness, yeah.
A little bit of a convoluted answer, as mine tend to be. Sorry.
That's okay.
When I first started playing, I was obsessed with the butterfly dress, the flutter dress. I was really
Yes.
obsessed with it.
Flutterstorm. Yes.
Oh my
And-
god.
I went all in on it, and my chat, full of men, of course, they were like, Fable, where would you wear this in real life? Where? And I was like, I'd wear it to Walmart. You better believe I'd wear every one of these ball gowns to Walmart.
Absolutely. 100%.
Every time I get one of these massive ball gowns now, every time my chat's like, oh, you're wearing this to the Walmart couture, the Walmart runway? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Every single one. I'm wearing them all to Walmart. The city is going to know me. So
That's beautiful.
a lot of my outfits are now styled for me to go to Walmart, so to speak. That being said, I actually would I love the outfit that just released with this 5-star banner, the 4-star that came with it, the liar one. I
Oh,
don't
that's
remember
I love that one.
Yes.
the really beautiful golden it looks exactly like my prom dress from high school.
Oh, cute.
Oh.
And except like far prettier. The one I wore in high school was like a pearl color. So when I actually pulled on this 5-star banner because I wanted that dress so bad. Because I wanted to relive my glory days of prom.
Mhm.
Cute.
I think for me, one piece that I would love to have in real life, a ball gown, of course, Crimson Feather. I think.
Mm-hmm.
That one is just so poofy, and it's so nice, and it's also not like your ordinary ball gown, like with all the feathers and then all like the decor of it. Because like that banner, I went absolutely insane. I put all evils on it, and like you said, imagine going to Walmart in your final evil with all the lights flickering around you.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna know
Like,
you.
Exactly. Like you are the moment right there. So I think I would love to have the Crimson Feather dress. That one is just a showstopper for me.
Can I just do a cop out and say the ears?
That's a good answer, though.
Work?
I mean,
Definitely work.
I have
Because
a
they're
outfit
so
I have a
they're
question.
so stinking cute.
If you had it in real
Mhm.
life, what do you think it would be made out of? And do you think it would be mechanical ears, or do you think it would be like animated animal ears? Because I gotta tell you, those animal features really freak me out, especially when you can still see like in Nikki's real ears, but they like move on their own. And I'm like, it's like having a living fleshy creature at the top of your head. Like a
Okay,
neck stretching.
So like that's fair, okay? I can't fault you for that. That's so fair. And if you do a hairstyle with her covering her regular human ears, it does look better. I get that. I understand. I also just have an obsession with ears that look like those because my headset is dying, damn it. Because my first ever anime that I ever watched was Inuyasha, and he had similar ears, and so I just am obsessed. And yes, they would be mechanical. There are actually ears that were made by somebody. I forget the name. I will probably find it and put it into the video at some point. But there were these mechanical ears that somebody made that literally reacted to the different movements that you made, and moved like actual cat ears would. And I was fucking obsessed with those ears, and I wanted them so goddamn badly. And every one of my friends called me a furry for it. And you know what? I'm never gonna beat the furry allegations, and that's okay. You know, I've just come to accept it.
I was thinking of like the Neuralink ears, the ones that they use
Those
to
might be
sell
the
at all
ones.
conventions, and they
Wait,
like
that
connect it to your
sounds-
brain waves.
Wait, that sounds
Like-
very familiar.
I don't know if they're still around, but I remember back like 6 years ago, they were everywhere.
Oh my god, yes! The freaking Neko Mimi. Those ears. The Neko Mimi ears, those were the ones that I was obsessed with when they were in early development. Thank you.
So my second question was, what is your favorite spot for photos?
Oh god, no, and I'm the first one to answer this shit. Yay, great, fantastic. One of the issues is that I take photos wherever I am. But I will say that there's a couple of spots that are overlooked for when you want to take pictures for like a competition or something, and it's not just like, yay, I'm participating in this new event and taking pictures. For example, all of the instanced content, and I know that a lot of people will go to Teamy's workshop to take pictures there because it's so unique. But for example, I also found Dream Warehouse to be a very good spot. Right at the start of it, there's like a room with just a lot of bookshelves and desks, and it just makes such a librarian nerdy place. And there's
Cute.
even like this table in the middle that's kind of round, and you can use it as a stage if you wanted to. So my answer would be
very creative.
the instanced places that you're supposed to like use as like a mini dungeon to get Eurekas from. Those are great for picture taking.
I'll be honest, never really done a lot of photography in Infinity Nikki. I've only recently picked it up, and I've only recently picked it up because I think it lends really nicely to short form content.
That's so fair. That's so
true.
valid.
That's true.
And I love seeing everybody's ideas. I humble brag, used to be a professional photographer.
Oh, damn.
For several
wow.
years. And so it drained on me. And so whenever I see like a photo feature in a game, I really don't want to be there because I did that for so long. And but the nice thing about the Infinity Nikki community, I have a lot of nice things to say about the community, but one being that it reignited my passion. It reminds me of the clients that I used to work. Mostly, I worked with young women. It reminded me of the clients I used to work with, and all of the creative and fun ideas and outfits that they would bring to photo shoots. And I think that, to give my, once again, long-winded answer, one of the nice things with the housing feature is that I have unintentionally rebuilt some of the photo shoot places that I used to visit with my clients. And taken some of the old ideas of old poses and scenery that I used to do with my clients that they loved so much. And I think my simplest answer is just the housing. Any visiting someone's house or my own house, the creativity is unbridled.
For me, there is no specific spot that I really like, but anywhere with a lot of flowers just takes my heart. I think the Swan Gazebo, the Orosa field, the big yellow flower field, and around the, what's it called? The Fairy Sprites, I think, factory or something. Around it, there's a lot of really nice and cute flowers. But I think currently it got to be my house, cause my house is called the Flower Galore, cause it is whole full of flowers. Like I even have a whole water area that is just flowers and flowers and flowers, and that's where I take most of my pictures right now. I have like all the flowers that the housing can offer around, and I just recycle my pictures around these areas right now. So anywhere with flowers is my favorite spot to take pictures so far.
Yeah, I also don't really have a very specific picture spot that I prefer, but honestly, there are so many. Like, I love flowers. I'm very cottagecore fairy vibes type of person. So all of the flowers and everything on the home plot, I'm obsessed with. Especially the little archways with the I want to say they're like wisterias. They're stunning, gorgeous, beautiful. I definitely need to take some beautiful pictures here because it's just simply stunning.
I agree.
I really like the Feywish Sprite Forest because when it's like nighttime, it's always glowy. That's my spot.
It is my turn. Yay. If you could exchange one thing about the game, no matter if it's a big or a small thing, what would it be?
So I talk about this a lot on stream. I have a list. I'm not gonna get into like the hot button topics. More specifically, I think fishing needs to be fixed. But
Yes. Oh my. Yes.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing, and this is purely selfish and is not reflective of the community, that's my disclaimer before I say, I do kind of wish there was like a romance element. I understand that Nikki is a child, but I think that my perfect game would be like melding Love and Deep Space and Infinity Nikki. I know with Nikki, it is kind of like she is. I don't know if she is a child, but she is kind of representative of a child.
She's 19 to 22, depending if you believe that she's graduating high school or college.
Yeah.
Fair. In that case, I'm no longer ashamed. I want romance.
That is fair. I also enjoy me a good romance.
I second that. One thing that I would really like to change, I think it gotta be the pity system. That I cannot deal with that, especially as someone who likes to pull a lot, right? And I think the pity system currently is not the best. Like, I get it, it's RNG and everything, but I feel like it could also use some fine tuning. Like, especially the fact that you can get either really lucky or really unlucky. There is no in between. Because like my past banners, I did get lucky, like especially for Phoenix, for Mermaid, like the banners I really wanted, I did end up like getting lucky on them. But like I'm someone who has like a half completed banners and like fully evolved, fully completed banners. I don't go any patch without pulling on anything. I think that has not happened, except I think for Crimson Rhapsody, because I just did not like her, and I did not like the 4-star either. So that one was a complete skip. But the rest I have like 5/10 on every single banner, if I did not pull for the full outfit. So I think it would be a bit better if they made the pity a bit nicer, I think. And just give you pity a bit faster. Like, at least for base outfits. Like, you don't need to have the same pity for full Evo, but maybe at least for base outfits, like, just to make it more friendly for free-to-play players. Because, like, if they want a full outfit, not even a full, if they just want to pull on a single banner, they have to stay for, like, 2 to 3 patches. And I think if the pity was fixed, they could afford much more. So I think pity system is something that I believe should be changed.
What kind of gets to me is that soft pity is also on the 18th and 19th rolls, so soft pity is actually really high. So if you get lucky, you can consider yourself mega lucky, because technically that's not supposed to happen. So, like, I always think that I will need full heart pity to get an outfit. I don't
Same. I always save up for full feeding.
I don't always do, like normally I'm about 20 pulls off full heart pity, but I save up for full heart pity because that pity is very, very high. But it also means that I am not pulling on a lot of banners because I look at the banner and like, no, I'm not gonna get it. So what's the point in pulling?
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, the one thing that really bugs me is how many different forms of currency there are in the game.
Yeah.
Like, for each new
Yes.
update, there's like a new currency for a new thing, and I'm like, why can't it all just be one currency and then everything just carries over? Because that would make shit so much easier. I don't know. Maybe logistically that wouldn't be easier, and maybe it is easier with all the extra currencies, but it just confuses my brain, and I just want things to be a little more simpler, you know?
I think with some currencies, it's to obscure how much money you're spending as well. Because
Yes,
Honestly,
definitely.
I wouldn't doubt that.
you buy stellarites. Well, technically, you can also buy pulse, but you buy stellarites, you then convert them to diamonds. And even with the newest housing update, it's kind of hard to get astrolites if you're not exchanging diamonds to astrolites. I have been doing that to make the build that I wanted, but I won't be
No
doing
way I
it
ever
for
do that.
forever. So effectively, if you want to buy astrolites, you're buying stellarites, then you're converting that to diamonds, then you're converting diamonds to astrolites, by which point your brain has completely lost the plot. So you're likely to
Yeah.
spend more.
Definitely.
Yep, that sounds about right.
One thing I wish we could change is like to use like materials more rather than like just outfits. Like to go like collect
Yes.
stuff and like craft stuff, and like how in like Genshin Impact you could craft like food and stuff. I wish we could do like more
Definitely.
that way, where you could just like grind for stuff more.
Definitely.
I still remember the time we
It was one of my feedback things that a lot of like house crafting and dyeing was definitely a big missed opportunity to use overworld materials. So
Yes.
a lot of house stuff requires house materials, which is annoying because you get more and more
Yeah.
overworld materials that just like sit in your pocket. So for example, if I'm collecting button cones in order to get a seed drop for a tree, which has a 3% chance of happening, I will be sitting with quite a lot of button cones in my inventory and fuck all to do with those. So they're just there. Just doing their thing. And I don't
Yeah.
understand their purpose of being there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I forget
agree.
that we have a backpack because I just never have any use to look into it.
Literally, me all
Definitely.
the time.
For my own answer, I'm gonna do a cop-out and just do the obvious one of I want the tutorial that makes sense, please. Because, like, I am an official Infinity Nikki creator now, so technically we're, like, the forefront of promoting this game, right? But imagine
Yeah.
how awkward it is to now say this whole line of things that you need to do in order to enjoy this game. So, start the game, go through the tutorial, write down what it is. Don't mind, I don't need you to understand the tutorial because you're not gonna. So just write down what it was so that you remember for later on down the story. Open YouTube, watch the old tutorial. Now you're prepared for Miraland. Congratulations, but wait. The game now forces you into the housing tutorial, but you actually can't complete the housing tutorial because you can't actually make the outfits that the game tells you to make inside the housing tutorial. So what you need to do now is stand still there until the game allows you to skip. You skipped the housing tutorial, don't worry. If you want to engage in this feature in the future, you'll just have to watch a YouTube video again. Like, explain all of that to any person and be like, do you still wanna, do you wanna play? I swear it's a good game.
That's wild.
Actually,
Yeah,
there's
that's
thinking about it.
another thing. I feel like the
Yeah.
tutorial stuff is fine for those of us that have been playing it forever, but if people are just getting into it, there are so many different like aspects of the game at this point. Like I feel like all the tutorials will be so fucking overwhelming.
And
It'll be
it's so
very confusing for the new
disjointed.
players.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a two-part question because I kind of want to gauge everyone's feelings. First of all, how excited were you for housing? Did it live up to your expectation? And what is the biggest thing that you want to build in housing, if at all?
So I was really excited for housing. Like since they mentioned it, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be able to do Minecraft and Infinity Nikki, which is like my two worlds colliding, like cozy gaming versus cozy gaming again. I have to preface this. I do not play anything except I just go on Minecraft, I build quietly, I just collect materials, like, and if I'm even lazy, I'm just gonna go into creative mode. So I know Minecraft can be not cozy, it is the way I play it. So I just have to preface by saying this. And I wouldn't say it completely lived up to my expectations, but I had really low expectations after the whole 1.5 thing. So if I was to compare it to how I expected it would go with all the bugs and everything, it did far exceed my expectations because like the bar was in hell. Like after 1.5, I kept telling myself, if anything happens just like 1.5, it is not gonna go down well within the community and like just with everyone. It's not gonna go down well. But the thing that did not live up to my expectations is how easy it will be to build. I feel like they made it way too overcomplicated, and I just added this yesterday in my survey when I sent it, that there was zero tutorials when it comes to construction. The only tutorial they gave you is just to how use your crafting table. But like building, resizing, snapping, and all of that, we got zero tutorials on building, which was the most complicated one so far. I also did not really like how everything is time gated and just locked behind the ability levels. But I think in this way, it did not really match my expectations. It was just way too complicated. And I do have aspirations for it though. Like even though all of this, I still made quite the project for myself. I made a tree house and I just tore down everything that we had, and I made my own little tree house and like an entrance, sorry, and like my little like planting area, the area for my props. Like I still made it work, even though it was very difficult. My aspiration for now will probably be to make a mega structure, which I don't think it will ever be possible because we have the load thing. Like, how are you even supposed to build when you have a limit on the things you can add? And like, I've always been someone who likes to do mega structures, like do something like big, which is gonna take like years of my life. But it's still something that I want to do because I did it before on Minecraft and I really enjoyed it. And I just wish they would take out some of the limits that they added into housing. I think that's my aspiration for building so far.
Yeah, no, I feel that similarly. I'm low-key like overwhelmed with the building aspect, so I haven't done much. Mainly because I just don't know how the fuck to do anything in it. Also I feel like it takes forever to like get different items, like ones that you actually want to use. So I haven't really done much with it yet, but I feel like there's a lot of potential. Like I said earlier, I'm very much into like cottagecore fairy vibes, and the island itself is very much that. So I really want to make like my cottagecore fairy themed like dream house at some point once I figure out how the fuck to actually do anything. That's that's my ultimate goal. How long will it take me to get to that point? Who the fuck knows?
For me, I was quite excited for the housing update. I didn't really know what we were gonna get out of it. And I started to make my own house because I wanted the cozy fairy house in the tree of my dreams.
Yes.
I started it. I could not make a roof. It did not work. So then I scrapped it, and then I found someone's build online, and that's my house now.
Oh my god, amazing. I haven't even looked at the online builds yet. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah, same. same.
Someday I
I'm
will
just
get
raw
the
dogging
cozy
it.
fairy house of my dreams, but
Mhm.
not today. It's too much.
I think
That's fair.
The whole housing thing is kind of weird for me because my expectations were also somewhere the bar was hell. Jumping over that bar was incredibly easy because I was like, 1.5 was a fuck up. Housing is big. It's gonna be a fuck up. That was the idea that I
same.
had going in. So the bar was already like really, really low. I expected it to be restrictive. I expected it to be expensive, to monetize to all hell. There were a couple of things that I didn't quite expect. One of the things is the fact that on top of there being load restrictions, there's also a hidden item limit for how many items you can have per like the place. Yeah, the game can give you an error that you have too many items in a singular place.
What?
So people that are doing big mansion builds that you see, the mansion is either empty on the inside or they do it without the roof. Like they save
That's
on the
insane.
roof. I kind of really dislike that because there is no way to see that until the game gives you an error that you just exceeded the item limit. So
That's wild.
it's hard to use.
It's actually wild.
As a system, it's very clunky, and you have to take hidden limitations into the consideration and not overbuild any one part of it, which makes what you can do kind of restricted. Because we have the whole housing competition running, what I wanted to do with my house, I wanted to do this month. And honestly, quite a lot of it I managed to do. I built a little starter home. I brought my pond closer to my own house. I put all the items meant for like skilling right next to my house. I have my seashell in the middle of my pond. I have like a little romance structure at the back of my house with like my broken mirror thing. That's another thing. I kind of hate that we can't resize the interactable objects because from Timeless Melody, I have a snow globe. I'm not just gonna plant snow globe randomly inside my house. But if I could like fully resize that, it would have been a nice table decoration. But I can't use that. The same as the Tide of Tears mirror. I would have loved it as a non-interactable mirror to just have in my bedroom, but I can't use it that way because I can't resize this item at all. So it effectively got a small faux its own coliseum at the back of my house. Built for it. So because this was the month of building, I've done majority of what I wanted to do with my build. There's still like some open areas where I can add furnishings later on, but I've done quite a lot of things that I wanted to do. If I wanted to go over the top, then one of the things that I really wanted to build was a hidden cave at the back of my plot. Like kind of a rocky cave, and then use the stars, the jumpy platforms to cover the walls on the inside so that you just have a starry background, and probably do some funky shenanigans with lamps because only the ceiling lamp actually gives light, which also drives me friggin' bonkers. But like,
yeah, I noticed that.
I could
Definitely.
That's really annoying.
I could have like made this little dream place far away And I would have also loved a spire right above my own house made out of rocks. So like it would look like there's like a rock hurricane happening above my house. But those are more long-term plans because honestly, ladies, I've invested like probably 2 million astrolites into my house. And
Oh my god.
I will tell you,
Wow.
900,000 of that just went into paving with the stupid platform tile that we have that's like rocks and grass. If you know which one I'm talking about. It has all of its edges stick out, and when you place, the grass around it deletes itself, which means that then I have to take a shrubbery, a 3-piece shrubbery, and push it underground as faux grass to hide the edges. So a lot of this money came in just doing paving and then hiding my own pavement.
Wow.
So
Wow, that is complicated.
the thing is,
Yeah, for real.
it looks like such a simple build, but like I've invested so much into like making it work. So when they release furniture sets in the future, I will be a lot less likely to engage with them because I will be like, this was a clunky system to use. I kind of love it because it was the most creative that I could be in Infinity Nikki, but it was a clunky system to use, and I already set up my house with its limitations kind of the way that I want my house to be. So I'm kind of done for the most part. If you make something spectacular, I will be like, yeah, maybe I'm gonna pick this or that up and I'm gonna like throw it in. For example, if they decided to sell me the bathroom, I would definitely get that because currently our Nikkies can't pee or poo. So that's not very nice.
Yeah.
But
True,
also,
yeah.
She can just go into the pond. She can just go use her pond.
oh no! My Nikki
Oh my
is just
God.
shitting in the pond. But like, we also
She
don't
can
have
just go
a
use the
kitchen
pond.
yet, but
yeah.
cooking is coming.
That one is coming.
Yeah,
that
so
one-
I assume that we're gonna get the kitchen. But outside of like really spectacular sets where I'm like, oh yeah, that looks absolutely perfect for my attic, or being able to make a bathroom, or the kitchen, I'm pretty much like going, yep, I made it my own. I'm done now. This is good. I live here. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm imagining their design team in the very like beautiful, intricate way that they design things. Them getting the assignment. All right, you have to do the toilet.
Oh no.
I came prepared this time. I'm gonna show you all my VTuber, so that when I talk about this, we'll have like a visual to understand.
Cute. Oh my god.
I have another.
Aw,
Thank you. I have another somewhat
adorable.
long-winded answer. Thank you. So my VTuber lore is that she is a boutique owner. The reason this is pertinent is because when I knew that the housing update was coming out, I was talking to my mods and I was like, all right, we're gonna do a 12-hour stream. We're gonna do a 12-hour stream, and I have never done any kind of I've never been a big fan of Minecraft. I've never done any like building sim ever. I've never done it in The Sims. I was like, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna do a 12-hour stream, Infinity Nikki, the entire stream. I am going to build the lore accurate boutique for my VTuber, the lore that we talk about.
Oh,
And,
cute.
It was something.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah,
I
you
did
thought
not.
you could do it from day one. Oh no.
And that
Oh
was.
no.
I'll get into it. So I didn't think it was gonna take the full 12 hours. I just knew that it was gonna be a 12-hour stream. And I sit down and I'm actively telling chat, like, maybe this won't take me 12 hours. Like, it's just one building, right? Just one building. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
sweet god. There were not enough walls. How did we get like 5 walls and 4 million windows? I was crashing out so like by hour 11.
Oh
I was
no.
losing my mind over walls. I was insane singing it in a song just
Oh.
over and over again. Like, not enough walls, not enough walls. And this
Oh
is exactly day
no.
one. But it was like day 2. I was losing my mind, and I was so stubborn about it because I was like, I'm not buying any materials. Don't tell me we're using what we have.
Fair.
To this day, roofing the roof haunts me.
Yeah.
So I
Preaching
did
to the
not
choir.
the roof. Oh, but going into the update, I knew it was going to be buggy. We all knew it was going to be buggy. I mean, we've seen how the game has constantly pushed updates that have had bugs, and then we have to wait for the patches. We knew it was coming. But I think I always knew going into this. I was like, thank God there's a feature with codes, because I'm gonna try this once and never again.
So, what is the one thing that really got you into Infinity Nikki, like the hook? The thing that was like, okay, I'm staying.
Like I said, I wasn't very much a girly girl. I was very much a tomboy growing up, and now I definitely have more masculine or androgynous style when it comes to things. But every once in a while, I was just like, you know what? I really wish I could just be so girly and dress the fuck up. And Nikki was honestly just the game that kind of allowed me to kind of engage in that without having to actually do that in real life, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I feel like the girly vibes, as cute as they are, I feel like they don't necessarily fit with me 100%. So it was just nice to have that kind of outlet to be more creative, more flowy, more girly. And it was just nice. And it still is really nice because there are some outfits in here that I'm like, oh my God, these are so fucking cute. But in real life, absolutely not. Like, I could never.
Yeah.
For me, what like hooked me the most was definitely like the dress up and like the clothing. Because I don't have like a certain style. And like growing up as well, I was also like I was like kind of tomboyish because I was like I'm not like other girls. And like
Every
I
girl.
refuse to like
I
anything.
feel that.
And now pink is like what I love now. So like I'm really like accepting the more feminine side of stuff, and it's really nice to just like play around with different styles and like colors and clothing, and it's just really nice that way.
You know, it's funny. I grew up playing Barbies, and I would say that recapturing that magic for someone as an adult is kind of difficult because I definitely need something more engaging than your regular paper doll, just like put some clothes on, or games made for 3-year-olds where that go, you know, oh, go left. To go left, you press the left button. So I don't think that there's a lot of games on PC that target adult women that have a very pronounced element of dressing up and playing with fashion. At the very least, I couldn't find a second game like this. The closest one is Life Makeover, but gacha aspects in Life Makeover are actually even more monetized than it is in Infinity Nikki because, like, it works more like a mobile game. So even story is like gated behind energy, and if you run out of energy, then like sucks to be you, or like buy an energy pack, that sort of thing.
Oh,
So
Mystic Messenger days.
I would say that this game has captured the magic of my childhood that I was looking for while still targeting me as an adult woman that has prominent aspects of dressing up.
Hell yeah.
Great answer. 10 out of 10 answer, honestly.
Yay!
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
As you were talking, I was doing a little bit of self-reflection, because as I said, it brought up memories of playing Love Nikki, and how Love Nikki was a guilty pleasure. Not to give you the sob story, but I grew up with brothers, and I grew up in a region where being ladylike was incredibly important in my childhood, which meant that video games were not ladylike. And I think that Love Nikki was kind of the first taste I got for freedom in a digital media world. It was the first game, quote unquote, wasn't really like the traditional kind of gaming that I do now. It was the first game that I interacted with that not only I did feel like it was a dirty little secret, like I'm playing a game, oh my god, but also
Literally.
it was made for me, like you said. It was made for my demographic, and it felt so welcoming and warm. And I remember, like, I think the reason why I opened that game, spent $50 right off the bat, and then just left it was because I was just so impressed and so enamored. And I do distinctly remember like taking lots of screenshot on my iPhone 6.
Oh
Maybe?
god.
I don't know. The teeny tiny iPhone. Because when I went to art school and I was studying, I remember I would bring those screenshots up, and even now I'm reflecting on it and I'm like, oh my god, you know, the Nikki franchise didn't just influence me as a young woman growing up, but also has influenced my art style. I think even you can see elements of it in my VTuber and the things that I love, and the art that I create. And so I think it's really natural, a really natural circle for me to come back to it, being advanced to my age. I'm talking like I'm 50. I'm not that old, but you know. I think there is. I've talked a lot about how I really love the Infinity Nikki community, and I think we as a community are, one, extremely passionate about the game, but two, we kind of been through it. You know how when a community's been through it. We've been through it. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
We've been through it, and so there is this sense of camaraderie of like, oh god, we survived that patch.
We survived.
Yes.
It's the trauma bonding.
Not the trauma bonding.
Oh
my
but
god.
it's all for the love of it, and I love
Yes.
that my TikTok algorithm is now completely consumed by people's in-game screenshots and their codes. And I saw a TikTok the other day, people making cards that are just like listing all of their outfits and the pieces that they used and their codes along with their outfits. I thought that was a really beautiful and creative idea. And so I think that I'm just really honored to be part of a community where there is that. I'm always amazed by what the players of Infinity Nikki come out with and the kinds of things they put
Definitely.
together.
I think what really got me to stay and the thing I enjoy most about it is the fact that it's I shouldn't be saying that it's cozy gaming after experiencing all the bosses we had so far. But aside from that, it is usually very chill, very cozy. I just log in, do my dailies, frolic around, wear pretty clothes that I would never be able to wear in real life. Where can you wear a ball gown and just frolic around next to the sea? That's
Absolutely.
Probably next to the
impossible. You
sea.
can't do that. Actually, yeah. And I think just the fact that, so aside from Infinity Nikki, I play quite hardcore games that really fuck with my brain. Like I play League of Legends, I play like other games that are not really for the sanity of your brain. And I feel like whenever I leave Nikki to go there, I feel like I'm going to the trenches. And whenever I leave those games for Nikki, I feel like, I'm enlightened. I am in peace.
No.
Oh my god, why do I put myself through that? And I feel like that kind of contrast is what really made me stay in Nikki. Like if I'm just so pissed off after playing League, I just know it's time to go play Nikki. I just go play Nikki and suddenly I'm so chill. I'm happy as long as I don't have a boss following me around that I need to kill. If I don't have that, I'm in peace. I'm enjoying my game. So I think the fact that it's very different from like the usual games that I play, and that it just allows me and gives me a lot of freedom to be in touch with my femininity and like just be more feminine that way.
Mm-hmm.
I was also apparently displaying your avatar for this whole duration, so that's fine, Fable. You got quite a lot of screen time.
Oh, everyone.
That's great.
My bad.
I love that.
Good 20 minutes of it anyway, so, you know,
I got
that's
to know your
great.
community really well today. Hi.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, and that's the fish
keeping.
catching. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
I couldn't find any other gloves, so I did do the regular gloves that came with the outfit, and I just changed the color of them. But yeah, it was low-key really hard to figure out like what to do for this one, if I'm being honest. I feel like fish keeping is such a specific thing.
I had a hard time when I did my like own fish keeping one. I was like, I don't even know what to do.
That's fair.
I haven't even changed that. I don't use the ability. I'm not gonna bother with that one. 100 insights, I just finish it through plants. I'm okay.
Oh my god,
I mean,
that's so
you can. It doesn't matter.
Oh my god, you used the cat ears and the tail. I did. Wait, how did you get the dog in there? Is that part of the thing?
That is part of the
so.
animal keeping.
I unfortunately cannot take pictures unless I'm like actually using the ability, so this is the best picture I can take.
Yeah,
no, it's fine. That's the same thing I did.
What I did was literally like look at what I designed and use like one of my templates and then slowly re-put it back together.
That is so cute though. It reminds me of like a freaking cat girl maid outfit. Like fucking
That was
Neko
kind of the
Pada.
vibe I was going with.
Yeah, it looks
It's
adorable.
really funny because I've actually played all of the Neko Pada games on my stream. And if you guys don't know what that is, that's okay. You don't have to know, I promise.
Now you're making me want to go check it out.
It makes me ask, is it one of those games where you sex up like cat chicks or no?
It's a little. It's a little sexy. Like it's a little sexy in Nekopara.
There were definitely some parts in the games that I had to frantically fast forward in because I'm like, I feel like this is gonna get me in trouble. Oh my god.
Anyways, this is a planter outfit meets rave outfit. I have like a flower basket on my back, and I wanted to do the rave outfit's waterproof boots, but the longer I stared at it, the more I was all like, oh no, actually the Dunking Island's smaller, cuter boots make a lot more sense. So it's kind of weird that my Nikki is wearing glow-in-the-dark stuff, but she is covered in flowers, and she is green, so those two things are entirely on topic, and glow-in-the-dark stuff can help you see the plants at night. Yes.
Yep,
Definitely.
absolutely. Totally makes sense.
I love that angle. That lore.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a cosplay actually, or tried to. I tried to do for star collecting Celeste from Animal Crossing.
Shut up.
That's so good.
Oh my god. Wait, that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I agree.
Thank you.
Dude, what the fuck?
I agree.
Every time I'm like, oh yeah, this is such a good cosplay, I go into the lookbook and somebody has something like eons better, and I'm like, oh okay.
No, this is brilliant. This is brilliant.
Same.
I don't even look at it if I'm being for real. I can't. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
It's just the one that I've been using so far.
Oh, I really
That's
like the one where she's like
cute.
holding the little flower.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the cat pose. Yeah, I love that one. I made a lot of I settled on this one because it's the one I'm currently using.
No, that's really cute. I love it.
I like that she is so serious.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
architect, she's gotta be serious.
Mhm. Super
don't
professional.
want yeah, you don't want the ceiling to just crumble on top of you, which is very likely to happen.
Well, there we have it. We've done all the questions and we've done all the outfits and we have several hours of footage. So good luck to us.
Yes.
Oh damn. Yeah, fuck. That's 2 hours.
Yes.
Fuck. Alright, that's fine. I'll figure it out somehow.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna be doing the whole video as long form content, but the issue is that I definitely have about 5% of dropped frames, which means that I'm gonna be fighting desync for my life. So I'm
Oh
gonna
no.
be editing for the
Oh,
rest
no.
of today. Hooray!
Oof.
Oh.
Well, I'm sending you all the good vibes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, if you guys need my help with anything, like I'm still pretty new at it, but I have a really open schedule right now. I would be happy to help with any kind of like editing or ideas or anything like that. I really love collaborative work, and that's why I offer myself up like that.
I mean, this chat is gonna continue to exist unless you want to exit it. So if you ever have another idea or want anything or want to like borrow a creator or 2 or 3 or 4, you're always like welcome to just post in here.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. I think y'all are chill, so I'm down to collab with y'all literally whenever.
My DMs
Yeah,
are
and I
always
also-
open.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I do want to erase
Same.
that anxiety of like, can I message her? Like, can I talk? Absolutely, all the time.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah,
Yep, same. Same.
I'm always free.
Okay.
My schedule's all over the place, but I will make room.
Good luck with the day for whoever still has day left. Have a nice sleep for whoever has a nighttime. And I
I'm
hope
going
I'm
back to
gonna
bed.
still like see you all around at some point.
Yeah,
Toodaloo.
absolutely.
Mm.